Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Jackshousedj, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Pioneer DM-50D-BT Bluetooth speakers. I'm pretty excited about these guys. I had the Pioneer DM-40BTs before, the white versions, and they really punched above their weight in terms of a price to like sound quality ratio. Those guys really went above and beyond. So I'm quite excited to pick up the 50BTs. The reason I went for these is I wanted a bit more of an upgrade. I wanted to get some even more bass out of them, a little bit more volume, and these guys do that with an extra 1 inch on the woofer instead of a 4 inch, or I think potentially a 3.5 inch. Sometimes they round it up to 4 in the specs. These guys have a 5 inch woofer. I also have the specifications here. It doesn't have the actual frequency range here posted from what I can see, which is interesting, but it does have the specifications in terms of the speaker. It's a 25 watt speaker. It does have bass reflex as well and a port out the front. I'm excited to check these guys out. These have Bluetooth as well. You can get a slightly cheaper version without Bluetooth, but for me, it was just an extra nice feature to have. These also have some extra options on the back where it's a small EQ, a bit of a DSP where you can switch between producer mode or DJ mode, which I assume gives the DJ mode gives a bit of a boost to the low end. From what I've heard online, there's not too much difference between the modes, but it's a very nice option to have. And I think they've targeted this product as someone that is probably a bedroom DJ looking to get into the producer game, probably doesn't want to spend the money on a higher end monitor speaker just yet, but would like the upgrade path. And I think this really hits the spot. I've used the DM40s before as a monitor speaker because they were small, easy to take, and they also filled a small room easily just for a few people for a little mini house party. So these I expect to be a lot nicer. So let's open them up and take a look. This isn't a review of the unit itself. This is just going to be me doing the unboxing and seeing what is in there, because I want you to join me on this fun. We'll all share the dopamine together. All right, so opening this up, there are some instructions. It's a little image here that says don't pull the speaker out of the box upwards. It actually says flip this bad boy over. So we'll do that, but first let's look at power. Right, so we have a nice regular power cable here. It looks to be about 1.5 meters in length. We also have the audio cable that connects the two speakers together. I don't have these in front of me, but this is it's a little mini speaker wire that comes out, and then you put that speaker wire in the back of the speaker. If you like, you can get your own banana plugs and put them on the end for a bit of a more robust connection. I've done that before, and I can recommend it. You can pick them up for just a few dollars. Put that on yourself. So it's a speaker wire between them. It's a decent length in the 40s. That looks to be about the same, about 1.5 meters in length. Now we also have a aux to 3.5 to RCA cable. Nice that they included this. They didn't need to include this actually, so it's nice that they've got that there. Now I'm going to take the advice and flip this over instead of pulling it outside. So let's do that. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. Do that, okay. And now let's pull this up. Whoa. Beautiful, okay. In the back of the box, we've got just some more foam there and nothing else. So All right, so now we have our speakers. First we have the instruction manual. All different, they come with like 50 different languages, a nice little wiring diagram out the back here. What they've also got, which is nice, are some little foam pads that you can put on the base of the speakers. They're good if you've got when you're playing speakers really loud, they can vibrate just through the physical mechanics of the woofer moving back and forth. And if they're on a hard surface, you can sometimes hear those vibrations as it clicks on the surface. So having a little rubber pad is nice to put on if you don't have your own rubber stands to sit on directly. So here we go. These are the speakers. What I will do now is open these up so we can have a look at these bad boys. All right. Look at that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I went for the black this time. I almost got the white. To be honest, I like the black and the white. Why did I pick the black this time? Well, I think I just probably wanted something new. I think the whites look really good as well. And it's not all white. It's sort of white with the black sort of grill on the front. But here we go. These are... yes, definitely bigger than the 40s. It looks like a slightly different design as well to the 40s that I've seen. Bluetooth item on the Bluetooth button on the front. Also a headphone jack on the front, which is helpful. Here is the volume dial. Tweeter woofer. This little bad boy at the front helps focus the... actually, it's probably the reverse of focus. It helps disperse the high frequencies across the room. So it's, from what I've heard, it's going to have a slightly better range in terms of sweet spot as opposed to a pure monitor speaker, which makes these guys a little bit better for a casual house party. On the back, so this would be the amplifier unit, the main unit, because this is where the inputs come in. Left-right RCA, we can plug these guys into. That would be unbalanced. What they've, and also a stereo jack input as well. What they also have here, now this is quite a significant upgrade on the 40s. They have a balanced quarter-inch jack input. So you can actually connect this directly to your audio console. You can connect this to your DJ decks. I mean, you could do this anyway, but you can put a balanced line in. And I think they did that because they wanted to introduce these customers to pro audio, to the producer side of the world, where you start to care about whether something's balanced or not. Really nice. Balance lets you run, basically, for those that aren't too sure, a balanced input means that you can run the cable for much longer distances, several meters, without removing audio quality because the cable is able to feed out electrostatic interference. For short runs of like 1 meter, 2 meters, it doesn't matter, but it's really nice that they've added this here. On off, this is where you will connect the speaker wire to connect into the next speaker. And this is the little switch I was talking about earlier where you can flick between producer and DJ. I'm really keen to have a listen to that. I've heard that some people can't hear too much of a difference, but even if you can't, I think just the fact that they've added it, the fact that they've got people thinking about, well, am I in producer mode right now, or am I in DJ mode? Am I using a balanced line input or not? I think it's very clever, and it starts getting people thinking about the right things when they want to upgrade. The fact that it dips a little bit more into that pro audio unit, I think that's great. Here's the other unit. We will open up. And here we go, another speaker. It's a little bit lighter than the other one because it won't have the amplifier inside. This is just a passive speaker at the back where the inputs come in. One nice thing about having the amplifier and only one speaker is you don't need to split your cables. You can actually just plug them all into here and then just feed the one wire across. Is there anything else here? No. No, there is not. And I didn't pull this out of the bag, so I probably should. There we go. Nice little, there's no grounding pin there, but that is all right. And there we go. We have the DM-50D-BTs. And I had the specs open here. It was a 3/4 inch, 19mm tweeter and 5-inch woofer. So I will definitely be checking these bad boys out. Oh, something someone you might have seen in another review. So these are bass reflex ports at the front. Adding a port at the front of a speaker really helps the low end. It's a way for a speaker to speakers make bass and sound by moving air, and the more air they can move, either slowly or quickly, changes the frequency in which that sound can be made. So a smaller woofer like this can, with a bass reflex port at the bottom or at the end, can now move more air than it otherwise would be able to, and is able to give a more extended low end. Some speakers have these ports, and this is where you really kind of feel the air coming in, at the back or the front. A lot of pro audio speakers have this at the back. These speakers have it at the front, and actually, to be honest, I prefer speakers with the ports at the front, because when you have the bass ports at the back, you can run into an issue if your speaker is sitting against a wall. And let's be frank, almost everyone in their home setup has the speaker against a wall, because they don't have the luxury of having a speaker sort of sitting in the middle of the room with a nice sort of space on the outside. So by having these ports at the front, it means that you can put these speakers up against a wall and you're not going to run into any audio issues. The audio issues you can run into is sometimes it can sound a bit boomy, because the air reverberates off the wall and kind of back into the speaker. You're not going to have this issue here. This is at the front. Particularly an issue with some other speakers that sort of sit in, say, home TV cabinets. You really want those to be front ported, because the TV cabinet is a terrible place to have a rear ported speaker. But these are ported at the front, and I think that's great. And yeah, there we go. This is the DM-50D-BT. It also comes in the non-BT, the non-Bluetooth version, and I could see it had the latest Bluetooth spec, by the way, the sort of APX, what is it? Yeah, Qualcomm APX, which I believe, low latency, I believe is also potentially, I think it's also a HD Bluetooth codec, which is great. These come in the non-Bluetooth version, exactly the same, it's just it doesn't have Bluetooth at the front. I think for a speaker like this that's not pro, having Bluetooth connection is just worthwhile having, because when you're using it casually, it's just so much easier to connect through to. And it also comes in the whites. The whites look really cool as well. So that's just depending on your setup, what you want. So there you go. Hope you enjoy this unboxing. I am Jackshousedj, and I'll catch you next time.